There's that Escape from New York angle again.
Pretty much. Instead of the explosive collar around your neck, or the chip inside your head, rather, you've got the fucking nano machines that just won't let you do it.
Instead of the punishment for disobedience, you just cannot disobey.
You cannot. You will not. Now all we need to do is get around this guy.
I hope you have a plan.
I do have a plan. It's not a very good one, but it's a plan. My plan is that we run up to the elevator and press the action button. And then we wait for it.
The best plans usually suck.
And guess what? That one sure sucked.
The best plans are usually the worst plans.
This is a room that we want to go into for a number of reasons. We will see more of it later. But with our key card, it'll allow us permanent access. We cannot open all or most of these doors. But while that guard goes on and takes a little break, don't stand too close to the door. Because if they walk by the door and the door opens and you're there, they will absolutely see you, and that is a thing that I've caught on a couple times. You may have noticed, we picked up a Nikita.
I did notice that.
Now, you as some... So, okay, this is something that I like a whole lot, right?
Yeah.
You know what the Nikita is because you play Super Smash Brothers.
That's right.
So coming to... Ooh, who's this? Coming to this game, you kind of get to see where, like... This game and the rest of the Metal Gears, you kind of get to see where all of these weapons come from, but with the context, right?
Right.
The Nikita is probably my favorite one, because it's the most video game. This room looks like a bunch of bullshit.
It does look like a bunch of bullshit.
Snake, watch out. That place is filled with gas.
Oh no.
Also, the floor is electrified.
Oh no.
First, destroy the high voltage switch. It's the switchboard on the northwest wall.
But how? I can't reach it.
Use a remote-controlled missile.
Yeah, of course. Oh, it's so stupid. It's very silly and very stupid. So yeah, oxygen meter, again, coming in handy in this room to fuck us over. Got 12 shots with a big old Nikita. You can slow it down. It goes really, really fast. It goes so fast that it can potentially go out of your camera's range, I believe. And the rest of it is just doing this. It's simple, but it's fun. Like fixing a carburetor. Yep. There we go. There we go. Just in time.
Big splooge.
Snake, be careful. That room is filled with gas. Also, the floor is electrified. Also, Colonel told me he hates you. Also, like... The piling on of shit in that room is nonsense. And I kind of love it. You can also use the Nikita to blow up these cameras if you so choose, which is a pretty good idea. Because, oh, well, I caught it that time. It's a good idea because there's not actually a whole lot of use that I find in my run-throughs for the Nikita. There is one other place in particular that it comes in extreme handy and makes me think that it's one of the best weapons in any game ever, but that's a couple hours out and we'll see that later. In the meantime, you just get to have you get to have this little fun mini game, I guess.
Yeah, it's a mini game.
It's kind of funny how much of a mini game it is, too. Like I said, this is the most video game thing out of all of the tools and weapons that you can use. And we definitely want to get in... Oh! That would have been a bad idea. We definitely want to get into that room, because there's some good stuff in there. But between, like, the gas and the electrified floor...
And the turrets.
Also the nanomachines inside of you that'll kill you if you walk too close.
I didn't know we were playing Dead Money.
We might as well be playing Dead Money. Dead Money with worse writing? Different writing.
Different writing.
Now we got our gas mask. Put that on. Significantly slows down the pace of the gas. It doesn't stop it, but you can walk around at least.
It slows it down enough.
And here's the other thing, though. In order to open the doors, you have to take it off and put it back on again.
Which is perhaps a little silly.
It's a little silly, but this room is absolutely filled with this kind of stuff. Card. Mask. Ooh, more missiles. It's a good thing they just left these missiles lying around. How are we doing on, oh, we got 2 out of 3 rations, that's okay. Here's what we're gonna do.
You're going to die.
We're going to put this back on, zip our way up to the top here, grab us some more oxygen, and we're gonna go all the way back into that room where the computer terminal was, because there's a ration up there and we're gonna need it. Also, just like I'm sure it's probably coming across for you okay, but the beeps and boops of the interface in this game are really, really good and satisfying.
The UI Foley is magnificent.
And they pretty much keep it. Like...
As they well ought to do.
I don't think, like, there are definitely situations where you'll be playing, through certain segments of Phantom Pain, and you'll be encountering Metal Gear 1 sound effects for sure. Actually, we want to keep the chaff. But, what the hell? While we're doing this... Oh, it actually didn't blow up that time.
Didn't it?
Oh, wait, it did. It did. I'm just blind. I'm a fool. Don't worry
Blind
about me.
and a fool. How can you be both of these things so easily?
They didn't give Snake any eyes, okay? Huh. Shit's going down. Oh my god.
It looks like they were cut by some type of blade.
A blade moving at some sort of a high frequency.
It's a ghost.
So hey, this room, again, as a game who, like, its fame precedes it, this room is, like, iconic for a bunch of reasons, and it is always super weird to me why. But this is one of those things that people always point into, like, gets referenced in almost every other Metal Gear game at one point or another. Damn, Grim. Living up to your namesake. And just like Johnny before, we get extra camera angles if we kneel down beside the dead guards. Although, that one's not dead. As you can see
Not
on the
yet,
Soliton.
anyway.
I love that. You can see it on the radar, and he's just, like, twitching. It's that kind of internal consistency I really like.
There it is.
God damn it, Kojima. Why do you do this in every game?
Who are you?
Where is my friend?
What are you talking about? Oh, what next?
Snake.
You're that ninja.
I've been waiting for you, Snake.
Who are you?
Neither enemy nor friend. I am back from a world where such words are meaningless. I've removed all obstacles. Now you and I will battle to the death.
What do you want?
I've waited a long time for this day. Now I want to enjoy the moment.
What's with these guys?
Everyone
It's like one
seems
of my
crazy.
Japanese animes.
I've come from another world to battle with you.
Yeah.
What is it, revenge?
It is nothing so
Fucking
trivial
police knots in the background.
A fight
Fucking
There it
police
is.
knots poster.
you. Only in that can my soul find respite. I will kill you, or you will kill me. It makes no difference.
Oh, I love you, Otacon.
I need
You can watch from inside there.
Okay.
Now,
Time for one of the harder boss fights in the game, actually.
make me feel alive again.
So you'll like this one. This is a melee-only boss fight. If you try to shoot him with guns, it just doesn't work. So you kind of... This boss fight is great and terrible for a couple of different reasons. You can do a 3-hit combo, and you see how fucking little that takes off of his health?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? That's the whole boss fight.
Now we can fight this warrior.
It takes forever.
It is the basis of all combat. Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon.
Ah, okay. This might actually take me a couple tries, because it's pretty rough. You can, however, use chaff grenades, which we will use. It'll come in handy later. It is a lot of wandering around in circles, and if you fuck up at all, yeah, he runs roughshod over you. And he takes
Like that.
Yeah, he takes quite a lot of your health in one hit. He has a ground pound like that. And lots of flippy kicks. It's pretty rough. It's straightforward, but it's rough, and it takes forever is the other thing. There is one other boss fight in the game like this, and it is even more difficult. Shit. And honestly, a big part of the difficulty here just comes down to the digital input and not analog. Also,
Can only move in 8 directions.
I can, we also have an issue here where, how do I explain this? Your full damage combo is the 3-hit combo.
Uh-huh.
I am not sure what causes 1 hit and then stun, or sorry, 1 hit and then iframe, or 3 hits in total, because it kind of just seems to be random. And the way that this game is, it's not I can almost certainly say that it's not random, but it feels very random. God, where'd he go? And, you know, as we move through a couple of phases of this, he gets more moves. We absolutely do not get more moves. And you can hear me, like, kind of jam on the button there as soon as I'm close.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes it just does 1, sometimes it does 3.
Maybe it's the same rules as the stealth takedown you were talking about earlier.
It could be. It could very well be that. Like, that time, I was at a dead stop when I did it, so you might actually be onto something there. We're gonna use our first of the chaff. Whoop! And of course the chaff grenade would work on him, because he's a fucking cyborg. Now, where is he? Oh, that might be it. You can hear him crackling a little bit.
A little bit.
It's a very satisfying combo.
That's good, Snake. Hurry up and catch me.
Oh, good. Now he's utilizing stealth. That's supposed to be my thing.
Also, something I want to like talk about
Yeah.
is the fact that they are using that Predator water pool style of stealth cloak on the fucking PS1.
It looks very good. Also, you know what?
Hurry up and catch me.
While we're talking about impressive things about the way that this room in particular looks,
Yeah.
each of these desks is in some way unique. Whether it's like the placement of items on it, or the items in particular that are actually there. Something is different each time. This one that I'm passing right here in the middle has a PS1. Like with a controller and everything. It's neat. I like it a lot.
Do the chaff grenades not work anymore?
The chaff grenades do work. In fact, the chaff grenades will take away his stealth camo as well for like a hot second. Shit. Get up. We're probably gonna have to redo this. And yeah, he's got iframes, so eh.
Hurry up and catch me.
Maybe you could blow him up with the Nikita while he's down.
I wish. To my knowledge, you are not able to use weapons against him, like at all. Until the final phase. The final phase, he does a little something different where it actually becomes not necessary, but very well advised.
Old times. I've been waiting for this pain.
So here's a little something also.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Yeah, there he goes. Now that we're in this part of the phase, he starts teleporting behind you as well. Says the line. Say the line, Gray Fox. Yeah, I think if we get hit once, we're done.
If I were you, I would just start spamming chaff grenades.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. We've got 5 of them, which I don't think is quite enough.
If you can get the full 3-hit combo off every time...
Nope.
Nope.
That was 1 at a dead stop. Like, that's what I mean. I feel like sometimes it's just random.
I think it has something to do with, like, if you use the chaff grenade, then he falls down. Which makes me think it's supposed to, like, you're supposed to do something.
We'll use another one.
Just me here with my outsider perspective.
That's good. No, I like your outsider perspective. Ooh, we got 3 that time, though. Just do a little spin. I do not have enough confidence in my ability to say that I won't fuck this up. This is a deceptively tough boss fight. Especially, like, you look at it, and it's like... It doesn't look like it's that big of a deal. But actually playing it is...
It's a different story.
And here's the thing, you can also bait that, you can bait that combo from him. Because if you run up to him and you hit him once, he immediately does, like, the teleport. And then you just zoom out of there.
Do you remember, Snake? The feel of battle.
He's talking a whole lot about this, also.
Bone and sinew.
This is one of the few things that you do miss out on by not playing the MSX games. They fought before in the original MSX games. And it was a cool boss fight. It was kind of similar to this in that it was like a just like a one-on-one
Only true warriors fight this way.
kind of deal.
Uh-huh.
And apparently in that time he has become a sadomasochist, which, hey, fine, whatever. Get that 3. I
believe in you.
I really wish there was another ration, but there's not. If only we could beat him like 4 or 5 more times and then get more rations. Grim, I don't want to punch you. I want to be your best bud. Yeah, and when he starts to get really low, he'll do 2 of them in a row instead. I'm working on it, man. I'm gonna fuck this up right at the end, and it's gonna be miserable because we're gonna have to do the whole thing over again. Alright. Here's the final part. Yep.
Ah!
It's really rough because he runs around and there's not like a whole lot of indication as to where he's gonna be. It is such a long fight.
It takes so long.
Also, I want to say that his when he sticks his hand out like that, I want to say the hitbox on that stays a little bit, so you can walk into it while it's still outstretched, even if you don't get hit by it.
You can catch it on the end.
I believe so.
Don't you remember, Snake? The MS6! It didn't sell very well.
I would like to hurt you a little bit less. I feel like you could cut this encounter down to about not quite a third, but maybe half.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe half.
Because it's like he also does have multiple phases, but I think the biggest problem with the way that the phases work in this fight is the fact that some of the phases only last about 1.5 minutes, and some of the phases, like this phase, lasts significantly longer than all the rest.
Like 3 or 4 minutes, depending.
And if you have to do that multiple times in a row,
like we did,
it can maybe turn into 10 to 15 minutes. They were like, oh man, you're getting through this game a little bit too fast. Maybe we ought to slow this down.
gotta pad out that play time a little bit.
Hurt me less. Also, it keeps, like, deselecting my ration, which is rough. I don't like that it's doing that. Got our ration. Let's get our chaff. You can toss the chaff, and it will get rid of the field that's around him. And then you can use your weapons. You gotta do it 3 times. Here comes the rule of 3.
Took long enough.
Once more, with feeling. And, like, the camera is so zoomed in as well that you can kind of just run right into it. There we go.
There you go.
Only had to do it twice!
I felt that, Snake. Do you remember me now?
Can't be. You were killed in Zanzibar.
That sound is coming from the game, right?
No, I don't think so.
What? Not again.
Oh, excuse me for 1 second.
Go for it. We got a cutscene.
What's happening?
controller's going nuts.
Is it over?
Colonel, you see that cool-ass boss fight?
Ninja is Gray Fox. No doubt about it.
Ridiculous. You of all people should know he died in Zanzibar.
No. He should have died, but he didn't.
What?
It happened before I joined Foxhound's medical staff. They were using a soldier for their gene therapy experiments.
I never heard that.
It happened right after you retired. My predecessor, Dr. Clark, was in charge.
Dr. Clark?
Yes. He started the gene therapy project.
And where is he now?
He was killed in an explosion in his lab 2 years ago.
So what about this soldier?
Apparently, for their test subject, they decided to use the body of a soldier who was recovered after the fall of Zanzibar.
And that was Gray Fox.
But he was already dead.
Yes. But they revived him. They fitted him with a prototype exoskeleton and kept him drugged for 4 years while they experimented on him like a plaything. Today's genome soldiers were born from those experiments.
That's the sickest thing I ever heard.
They used him to test all
Gene
sorts of
therapy
gene
is some
therapy
shit.
techniques.
Naomi, why didn't you tell us
It's
about this
fucked up.
sooner?
Because it's confidential information.
Is that the only reason?
Naomi, what happened to Gray Fox after that?
The record says he died in the explosion.
I see. But even if that ninja is Gray Fox, the question is, why?
From what I could tell, he didn't know who he was.
Are you saying that he's just a mindless robot?
I'm not sure, but he seems intent on fighting me to the death. We'll meet again. I know it.
So you'll fight again? Until you kill him?
I'd rather
Rather
not.
But maybe that's what he wants.
How long are you gonna stay in there?
Are you one of them?
No, I'm not. I always work alone.
Alone? Are you an otaku too?
Come on, get out.
Jesus Christ.
Can't stay here forever.
Come on, I'll let you out. We can talk about Lucky Star.
Your uniform is different than theirs.
You're the Metal Gear chief engineer, Hal Emmerich, right?
You know me?
I heard about you from Merrill.
Oh.
Christopher
so you're here to
Fritz
rescue me.
is not his
Sorry,
name.
But no. There's something that I've got to do first.
Oh. Well, at least you're not one of them.
Half his name.
Huh. Are you hurt?
I'm okay. I just twisted my ankle a little bit trying to get away.
Well, if that's all, it's nothing to worry about. I want to ask you something. I need information about Metal Gear.
Huh? Metal Gear?
Metal Gear.
What's Metal Gear
Metal
really
Gear.
designed for?
It's a mobile TMD. It's designed to shoot down nuclear missiles. Only for defensive purposes, of course.
What?
I already know that Metal
No.
Gear is nothing but a nuclear-equipped walking deathmobile.
Nuclear? What are you talking about?
The terrorists are planning to use Metal Gear to launch a nuclear missile. You telling me you didn't know?
They're gonna put a dismantled warhead into Metal Gear's TMD missile module?
Wrong. From the beginning, the purpose of this exercise was to test Metal Gear's nuclear launch capability using a dummy nuclear warhead. The terrorists are just continuing.
There's that
the work you started.
police knots poster.
No, you're wrong.
Police
I
Knots.
heard it directly
Pretty
from
good
your
game.
boss, Baker.
Joshua Ingram
No.
sucks.
A
Sorry,
nuclear
Jonathan
missile
Ingram? I
on
think it's
Rex?
Jonathan Ingram. Main character sucks, but the
Really
game is good.
didn't know.
No. All the armament
Police
was built by a
Knots,
separate
also,
department, and
the
president
game where that
personally supervised the final assembly of the main unit.
comes from.
President Baker?
Yeah.
It was originally
I was never told exactly
End of
what
the
they
Dark.
armed Rex with. I only know it's equipped with a Vulcan cannon, a laser, and a railgun.
just fucking kid it out, Jesus. The thing's practically a Gundam.
A railgun, you said?
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the SDI system and later scrapped. We were successful in miniaturizing it in a joint venture between Arms Tech and Rivermore National Labs. The railgun is on Rex's right arm.
Metal Gear's main function is to launch nuclear missiles. You sure you're not forgetting something?
It's true that Metal Gear has a missile module on his back that can carry up to 8 missiles, but are you saying it was originally meant to carry nuclear missiles?
Yeah, but that's not all I think. If Metal Gear fired only
Here comes
standard
that plot
nuclear
dump.
missiles, then they should already
Yeah,
have
this
all
is one of the
that
bigger
thing
ones in the
they
game,
need.
if I recall.
No. Could it be?
Otacon kinda looks like Bato with those glasses,
Metal
though.
Gear's co-developer,
Little
Rivermore
bit.
National Labs, was working on a new type of nuclear weapon. They were using Nova and NIF laser nuclear fusion testing equipment and supercomputers.
So they developed a new type of nuclear weapon in a VR testing lab, huh?
Yes, but you can't use virtual data on a battlefield. They would need actual launch data. These are some of the supercomputers. If you link these, you can test
Oh, I
everything
think
in
I might have
virtual
accidentally
environment.
shot some of these
But it's
earlier,
all
I'm
just
sorry.
theoretical.
So this exercise was designed to test the real thing.
What did our president do? If the terrorists launched that thing... Damn. Damn. I'm such a fool. It's all my fault.
Yeah, kinda. But it's okay, I know you meant well.
The truth
A
is,
little bit, huh?
my grandfather was part of the Manhattan Project. He suffered with the guilt for the rest of his life. And my father, he was born on August 6th, 1945.
The day of the Hiroshima bomb. God's got a sense of humor, all right.
3 generations of Emmerich men. We must have the curse of nuclear weapons written into our DNA.
Boy, howdy, you don't fucking
I
know
used
the
to
half
think
of
that I
it.
could use science to help mankind. But the one that wound up getting used was me. Using science to help mankind, it's just in the movies.
That's enough crying. Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear? Where on this base are they keeping it?
So, like, Otacon straight up didn't know.
Rex is in the underground maintenance base,
Straight up.
Where's that?
north of the communications tower, but it's a long way there.
The emergency override
For the
system
nightmare that
detonation
is
code
Metal
there, too.
Gear,
Yeah.
and for the fact that he designed it himself.
If they were planning
Ultimately,
on launching from the
Otacon's not a
start,
bad
then
guy.
Their ballistic program is probably finished. And since they haven't called for me in a few hours, they must not need me. In other words, they must be ready to launch.
Meryl's got the detonation code override keys. We'll link up with her.
If we can't override the launch, we'll have to destroy Rex.
Like, he's not only shocked, but horrified.
I'll show you the way.
Poor
On
kid.
that leg of yours, you'll just slow me down.
You'll need me if you're gonna destroy Rex.
I don't need you. I just need your brain.
I created Rex. It's my right, my duty to destroy him.
Yeah. Stepping up
Get
to
a
the
chance,
plate.
Try to escape. When the coast is clear, I'll contact you by codec.
How am I supposed to escape from an island?
Okay.
So what then?
I want you to hide somewhere and keep me informed. You know this place well, don't you?
Of course I do. And don't worry, I've got this.
Shit.
It's the same stealth technology as the ninja.
Can I
Shit,
have one?
indeed.
Use them, but
Please?
I'll be fine. Bad leg and all.
Good.
Not in this
Meryl
game,
will
no.
Watch after you too.
Meryl, the engineer's okay.
That's a relief.
I want you to look after him. Where are you now?
Very close.
There she is! Over there!
Oh no.
Damn, they've spotted me.
Meryl,
God damn it!
Something's wrong.
Did you hear something? Wasn't that some kind of music?
What did she look like?
She was wearing the same green uniform as the terrorists.
A disguise?
She had such a cute way of walking. She kind of wiggles her behind.
You were really looking.
Well, she's got a very cute behind.
Oh boy.
Otacon, stop.
If she's disguised as the enemy, you'll have to contact her when she's alone, huh? There's only one place where we can be sure she's by herself.
Where's that?
Don't be so dense. Here, use this security card.
Yes.
It's security level 4.
Good old security card.
You're not in pain, are you?
Huh?
You feel okay? Nothing bothering you?
What's wrong? Getting all friendly all of a sudden.
I'm just saying, you have a really cute way of walking.
I'm a little nervous. Everyone else I've saved suddenly dies.
Not that I was looking,
Forget it, Doctor.
but you sort of wiggle your glasses when you walk. It's weird. I don't know how you do that.
Otaku convention. An otaku's a guy like me who likes Japanimation.
Japanimation!
Japan was the first country to successfully make a
I thought he was gonna start talking about anime.
I really thought he
Still
was.
the best in the field of robotics.
And Japanese cartoons played some part in that?
They did.
There's your
Needed
police
ended
knots.
science to make nuclear
There it
weapons.
is.
That's what all
There it is.
say.
I became a scientist because I wanted to make robots like the ones in the Japanese animes. Really, it's true.
Just sounds like a childish excuse to me.
Fucking fair enough. Whatever.
You're right. We have to take responsibility. Science has always thrived on war. The
Anime
greatest
has
weapons
always
mass
thrived on
destruction were
science.
Created by scientists who wanted to be famous. But that's all over now. I won't take part in murder anymore.
Whatever. All I want from you is information.
Sure. I know everything about this whole base. Ask me anything about Rex or about this place. Also, with this stealth camouflage, I can sneak in and out of the armory and mess hall. If you need ammo or rations, just tell me and I'll bring them to you.
Fucking rad.
I'm on frequency 141.12. See you later.
Bye, Otacon. There goes the greatest bass player I ever met. Little smoke.
There's your smoke break.
Man, we really fucked up this lab. Holy shit. But yeah, you've got your Police Knots poster. You've got your Police Knots like key art. You've got these action figures over here.
That are probably also police knots.
I wonder if they ever got any Police Knots action figures. Oh my god. And PlayStation 1.
There it is. Look at that blocky ass controller.
I like that you can technically see that there's a controller plugged into the port, but they can't like actually plug it in because there's no cord. But they did.
But
think
the
of
effort
it.
was there.
They did as much as they could. They did more than they probably should have. Also, that's a really good, like, again, for PS1, that's a pretty gnarly looking computer just fucked up there.
Yeah.
This game... Dude, this game... Just with the context of when this was made, it's really ridiculous. Oh no. Our buddy died. He's no longer alive on the Soliton. That's what he gets for being a super soldier, I guess.
Not so super now, are you?
If you're such a super soldier, how come you're dead? Okay. Let's get our gas mask back on. And luckily, we pretty much took care of this whole area, so... We don't need to do too much. But you kind of see what I'm saying is, like, the pacing of this game is super weird, because we're just going boss fight to boss fight to boss fight. We've only been live for about a little under 2.5 hours, and we've already fought 3 bosses? Kinda nuts.
You're making pretty good time.
It's not a long game. It is... This game can be long if you mess up a lot.
If you're bad at it.
Like I sometimes am.
But only sometimes.
Only sometimes. There we go. You have to really get in close to be able to do that from a dead stop and everything, too.
Is there a worse way to go out than, like, while you're taking a piss?
So, fucking brokey glass.
Obviously.
Because they wouldn't... Of course. Of course. Not MGS1.
Obviously.
There is a moment in the Punisher comics that I remember vividly, and it's awful, where...
Oh, yeah?
Basically, it's just this silent panel of a dude up at a urinal taking a break, and then it's a silent panel of Frank behind him, and then a third silent panel of Frank just holding a knife at his waist. That's all it is. That's all it needs to be.
That's all it needs to be.
Hey, Campbell. What's up, man?
Well, it looks like you've rescued Emmerich for the time being.
Yeah, with that stealth camouflage, he should be able to hide safely. Gray Fox. I can't believe it. But the real problem is your niece. The way the codec got cut off like that has me worried. Something must have happened to her.
You're worried about Meryl?
A little bit.
Not exactly. It's just that she's holding the detonation code override keys. They're our last chance of stopping that nuclear launch.
You're a cold man. Your mission is more important than the life of your companions?
This is war. Survival is the name of the game. Sometimes you have to be cold to survive.
Yes, but...
Snake, either way, I want you to find Meryl as soon as possible.
I understand.
What a contrived coincidence also, right? The fact that Meryl is, like, his niece.
Yeah.
Somehow involved in... Like, that's the one thing that I feel like it's probably explained away in a codex somewhere, but that's kind of the one part of this that I always find weird. We should also talk to Mei Ling so I don't have to do that boss fight again.
Good idea.
Snake, there's an old Chinese saying, a scholar who cherishes the love of comfort is not fit to be deemed a scholar. Einstein said it another way. He said that only a life lived for others is worth living. That's why I entered MIT instead of Princeton or Vassar like my friends. I wanted to do applied physics, not just theoretical stuff. I wanted to make things for people. The Soliton radar system or the Codex system. I just wanted to make something that would be useful for people.
Very useful.
That it was the same for Dr. Emmerich too. But he was used like a tool, used to make a horrible killing machine. Maybe it would be better if engineers like us just stopped making things. I don't know.
Yeah, they do a lot with this. There's a running theme in the Metal Gear games about, like, scientists being used to further the goals of evil against their will. I feel really bad for Otacon in pretty much all of these games. There's a reason that we're standing here and waiting also. I'm not just wasting and killing time. You can see those guys walking around in the blue over there?
I see him.
One of them is Meryl, and you're supposed to follow her around by... Yep, that's Meryl. You're supposed to follow her around and watch for the way that she walks.
Don't move.
And that's how you catch her. Or you can just stand there and wait and do some codex, and it roughly comes out to the same, but less dangerous.
Up on the legendary Solid Snake.
You're Meryl? There's no way you could pass for a man for long.
What do you mean? Hey, men aren't allowed in here.
I had no idea you were so feminine.
This is no time to try and hit on me, Snake.
I don't understand. What do you mean, no time?
Waste of time. When I joined up, they gave me psychotherapy to destroy my interest in men.
What? Same smart mouth. You're Meryl, all right. Are you hurt?
Not yet.
After all, I was disguised as a genome soldier.
So why'd you change? You'd be a lot better off dressed like one of them.
I got tired of disguising myself.
You must be
Truth
cold.
is, the uniform smelled.
I was trying not to point that out, but they go to...
Huh? Oh, this?
It says a lot about Kojima that they don't... She doesn't have eyes, but she does have nipples visible through her tank top.
There are no heroes in war. All the heroes
Again,
I know are either dead.
Japanese men in 1998.
But Snake, you're a hero, aren't you?
I'm just a man who's good at what he does, killing. There's no winning or losing
People
for mercenaries.
with
The
guns.
only winners in war are the
In case that wasn't clear.
That's right, and you fight for the people.
I've never fought for anyone but myself. I've got no purpose in life, no ultimate goal.
Come on.
It's only when I'm cheating death on the battlefield. The only time I feel truly alive.
Seeing other people die makes you feel alive, huh? You love war and don't want it to stop? Is it the same with all great soldiers throughout history?
Why didn't you contact me?
My codec was broken.
Is that all?
Shouldn't you just be happy we met up like this? How did you recognize me in disguise?
I never forget a lady.
I didn't, actually.
So, something you like about me, huh?
Yeah, you've got a great butt.
Oh, I see. First it's my eyes, now it's my butt. What's next?
Yeah, that PS1 butt.
You never think about what's next.
Listen, I don't think about people like that. All I see are polygons.
All I see are butts.
Everyone is a butt to
How are the
me.
negotiations going?
No progress.
So it's all up to you, huh?
Somebody's got to stop them from launching a nuclear missile.
There are two ways. Either we destroy Metal Gear, or...
We override the detonation code. You got the card keys from Baker?
Card keys.
I was talking about a remake earlier.
Where are the others?
That wouldn't go well in the modern day, not without some serious, like, editorializing.
I have problems with... I've said this so many times. I have some problems with the way that Kojima treats almost all of his female characters. He does it in every game he's ever made. Snatcher and Police Knots are really bad about it. Snatcher especially. But yeah, some stuff about Kojima's games don't...
Be careful.
Not only do they not age well, I don't think they aged particularly well at the time they were made either.
I hardly ever look at myself in the mirror. I've always
Meryl is
despised
treated
that kind of
really badly in this game.
I always dreamed of becoming a soldier. But I was wrong. It wasn't really my dream. My father...
It's also worth
He
noting,
was killed in action when I was younger.
You wanted to follow in your father's footsteps?
the fact that we found her in a state of undress is an Easter egg.
So are you a soldier?
If you... Because we found her immediately. If you find her immediately, she doesn't have time to put on everything. If you do find her after a little bit of time has elapsed, she's basically in the outfit that she's in right now from the
I
start.
want to know who I am, what I'm capable of. I want to know why.
The fact
I
that that's
feel the way
also
I
added
feel
as
so
like
much.
a reward for catching her quickly is...
Get another chance for a while. You should watch
It's
your
very
face, too,
Kojima.
while you're at it.
Yeah.
This isn't a training exercise. Our lives are riding on this.
And it's something that I
There are
feel
no
is worth
heroes
pointing
or
out.
heroines. If you lose, you're worm food.
Yeah.
Is that FAMAS functional?
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?
I found it in the armory. It's a 50 caliber Action Express. There was a SOCOM pistol too, but I chose this.
Huh. So I got a leftover, huh? Isn't that gun a little big for a girl?
Don't worry, I can handle it.
Come on.
Isn't that gun a little big in general?
Listen, I've used a gun like this since I was 8 years old. I'm more comfortable with it than I am with a bra.
Well,
Thanks, Kojima.
If we're gonna go to the north, we'll
Bras
have to
are
go to the
uncomfortable.
commander's room on this floor. The
So, I mean,
overland
that's
route is
fair,
blocked
I
by
guess.
glaciers. The door to the commander's
wouldn't
room
know.
is security level 5. This card will open it. It was inside the pocket of the uniform I was
sometimes you have to do things when you dress up in character.
It's important.
Sometimes you have to do things when you're up on stage. Remember the beginning of Yakuza Like a Dragon?
wearing. Okay, let's go.
I do remember.
I know this place better than you. I'll be point man. Follow me.
No, don't be Point Man. This is a way better series than that.
It's a way better series.
Even with this bullshit,
Strange,
it's
there's
way
no
better.
guard.
Oh, don't even get me started on that third game.
I'll keep a lookout.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you're ready, okay?
Well, I mean, for all of the... I'm gonna say it for what it is. For the misogyny that does exist in Kojima games, that shit in Fear is way, way worse.
It's so much worse, and that's kind of astounding.
It's a good thing you hooked up with Meryl. You should have seen the.
Don't say it like that.
Yeah, that's not the phrasing that I would have chosen.
But he was so happy he could barely contain himself.
I'm glad to hear that.
I would like to hear Paul Lighting be happy. Paul Lighting seems like a guy that deserves to be happy.
He seems like a guy who's got, like, a good happy, you know?
Yeah. We should probably get more rations for this next part.
Meanwhile, my happy is the kind of happy that scares people.
Yeah, that's fair. Well, you know, scaring people isn't always a bad thing. Some people just don't understand things, right?
No, you don't understand. I am a Saturday morning cartoon villain.
We got a cardboard box.
There's your cardboard box.
I'm glad that I had something else to say there. Look at all this shit. Look how much stuff there is in here.
Look at that box going nuts.
Night vision goggles, diazepam. Nice. Pop some pills. There's a ration. Get that a ration. Also, I find it funny that I keep running into, like, bullets for the FAMAS all over this game, because I pretty much never use it outside of, like, the final act. Stun grenade. Okay, alright. We should probably do this thing. Get that level 5 card.
You sound so apprehensive.
This one's tough. They're all tough, but this one's tough. I'm not it's not that I'm not excited. I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to do it.
My head. Oh, it hurts.
What's wrong?
Meryl?
Don't come here, Snake.
Are you okay? What happened?
I'm fine. Okay. Let's go.
Alright. Looks fine to me.
Hmm.
Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting.
Yeah, seems legit.
Seems legit.
Hmm. Well, there's nothing here. Tell you what, Meryl. Take a look and see if you can find any rations for me on the ground, alright? That'd actually be really helpful.
You got that diazepam at least.
We do. We can munch on the diazepam.
That's right.
It's like candy.
How do you like me?
What the?
Do you like me? Hold me, Snake.
What's wrong?
Oh, hurry, hurry. Make love to me.
Ooh.
Can you put the gun down?
Who's that?
You don't like girls?
Kodak?
Snake, Meryl's not herself. Don't use your weapon.
It's Psycho Mantis.
Pulls out a Nikita.
Meryl. That tune is his mind control music.
Don't use your weapon. Try to knock her out.
Alright. I'll do my best. Oh no. Did I do it?
That sounded bad.
Game over.
Game over.
So that's not the way that you do it? You just punch her. This marks the beginning of the video where we talk about a bunch of different ways to get through this fight. Because, this is the part that, I mean, it's infamous, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's so much that can be said, and probably very little that I need to say, other than you have heard of Psycho Mantis before, and not just in the cutscenes. I have heard of Psycho Mantis. Also, because of the way that the PlayStation 3 handles its hardware and its software, we'll be able to surface a little bit of this a little bit more than we might have been able to if we were recording on original software. So that's going to be neat. Here's something. You go into first person. It's not your first person.
That's just there to fuck with you.
It's a pretty good one. Again, for 1998, good stuff. Also, holy shit, she went far. You seem to be followed by a ghost, Meryl.
This is way easier than the Gray Fox fight, that's for damn sure.
You say that now.
Camouflage, huh? I hope that's not your only trick.
It's fucking not.
It's so not.
When he puts his hand on her neck, the controller vibrates to the beat of the pulse.
Good.
No, there's no need for words, Snake. I'm Psycho Mantis. That's right. This is no trick. It's true power. It's useless, I told you. I can read your every thought.
Good luck. It's fucking vapid wasteland in there.
Let me read your mind. No.
It's the fucking hamster wheel in Hostelgado's head.
You are a very methodical.
He reads your progress throughout the game. If you jump into a bunch of traps, he calls you really careless. If you save a lot, he's like, wow, you're really careful. It keeps track of how many game overs you've had up until this point, how many rations you've eaten.
You are either very cautious or you are a coward.
It's really neat.
Still don't believe me?
Prove it.
Now I'll read more deeply into your soul.
And of course, we don't have a memory card because it's the PlayStation 3 and not the PS1. But if you have...
You have not said often. You are somewhat right.
If you have previous Konami games or specifically like other shit like that, he'll read out your things. Like it's the famous line of like,
oh, you like to play Castlevania?
I'm so disappointed we couldn't get that.
Put my controller on the floor, you say. Okay.
Yeah!
Bullshit. Well, I'm sold. This is such a cool fucking thing. And he poses like he's in the Ginyu Force. That's my favorite one.
That's really good.
The fucking Hideo is... so yeah, this part is famous for a bunch of reasons. If we pull out our, FAMAS and we try to hit him, he dodges all your shit, and you're like, oh god, what am I supposed to do? It seems like I can't hit him. And he starts doing fucking psychokinesis all over the place and throwing shit at you. And it's actually a little bit tougher to dodge some of this stuff than it might seem. Campbell, help!
That's Psycho Mantis, former KGB psychic. He has powerful telepathic abilities.
Yeah, the KGB was onto some shit.
Came to America
Yeah, a little bit,
for
huh?
job. He worked with the FBI FBI on several cases as a psychic profiler. 5 years ago, he was working on the case of a multiple serial murderer, and he got too far into the killer's mind. As a result, he became just like the killer.
How do I beat him?
Sort of infected by this serial murderer's thoughts?
In any case, after that, he became a sort of psychic spy working for the highest bidder. He traveled all around the world.
God.
That's when he was recruited by Foxhound. He can read people's minds. He knows every move that you're going to make.
What should I do? I've got no chance of beating him.
There must be some way.
He's a master at controlling people, Snake. Don't let him manipulate you.
Controlling, you say?
Controlling, you say? So, yeah, here's the thing. If you... if you go into your controller settings, and you, oh, hold on.
It's the buttons.
The buttons are a little goofy. The buttons are extremely goofy. The buttons are, in fact, an extremely goofy movie.
So here's the thing about mind control, right? I'll talk
Yeah.
about this while you do this. Is like, language is the only thing from the barrier of language between thought and the world, and I guess everything that is. Like,
Yeah.
if you could just make anyone understand how you feel perfectly, that would just be mind control.
A little bit. So yeah, you can surface this a little bit more when you play on newer hardware, but literally, he is reading your controller inputs, and until you're not able to hit him, until you specifically go and change your controller port from player 1 to player 2, and suddenly you start shooting him and he's like,
How can you possibly know my tricks?
and again, it's actually kind of tough to hit him. He's got some weird iframes like all over the place. And also there's just so much stuff around this environment that is a little hard to know when you can and can't hit him. And it's a little... this is probably... Dodge. Yep, get on the floor. Yeah. Aside from, like, the third-person, fourth wall-breaking stuff, which is really, really cool and novel, I kind of don't like this boss fight, like, mechanically, because actually fighting him and playing it is a little rough.
It seems like it takes a while.
It does, and it's just like the patterns are there, but the patterns are kind of hard to properly learn. And also, much like Gray Fox, he just doesn't take a whole lot of damage.
It takes a while.
But you have more opportunities to hit him, I would say. And, it's neat. Again, especially for the time, fucking crazy. And I wish that we could have surfaced some of that, like, memory card reading stuff. It's really neat to have him do that. They also do that in the GameCube remake, which was made by Silicon Knights. And because it was made by Silicon Knights, they have him read lines specifically made by them. So, he'll be like,
Oh,
instead of playing Castlevania, he's like,
I know you like to play Eternal Darkness.
it's a neat fight.
It's a neat fight that could be a little better.
It could be a little bit better. I want to say it plays a little bit better in Twin Snakes. Twin Snakes is by far, like, the easier of the two games. What else do I say here? There's multiple ways that you can get him to stop doing his bullshit. One of them is those statues on the side of the room. If you literally can't figure out the controller port thing at all, and you keep calling people on the codec, eventually they're like, hey, why don't you try and breaking those statues? He's got weird bullshit bolted onto him. And if you do that, it also starts the second phase where he's able to be damaged. And it's just rough. Gameplay-wise, it's a little tough. Hey, Meryl. You doing alright there? You seem like you're... Like, I understand. You're tired. Want to sit down. Have a bit of a rest.
Why? Why couldn't I read your mind?
We're probably gonna have to do this again, because I've already only got one ration. Oh no, Meryl! Meryl, please, go back to resting. It's important that you're not awake for this. Ah, shit. CLG, no.
No.
You are powerful indeed, but I know your weak point. Meryl, stand right where he can see you and blow your brains out.
Well, that's not good.
Meryl!
Well, how about I just keep doing this?
It cannot be! No!
Oh, I love him. He's such a goof.
What a card, right?
What a card.
You've still got that the whatever, the medicine, right?
Yeah, diazepam doesn't actually do anything for your health. That's a different thing.
What does it do?
There is a weapon later on. There's a sniper rifle later on, and it
steadies your aim.
Yeah. It works like diazepam ought to.
I don't know what diazepam is.
It's an anti-anxiety drug. We will get to that shortly. That's also a segment of this game that mechanically I'm not super fond of. Also, this segment is a little weird.
It sure does drag on.
It kind of feels like it should be done by now. Like, you figured it out, you know?
A demonstration of understanding and aptitude for execution should be enough.
It should
once
be.
Once you do that, that should be sufficient to end the fight.
I would agree with that.
It does not need to drag on like this.